गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। ओम समस्त जन कल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ओम श्रुति स्मृति पुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शंकरं लोकशंकरं। हरिः ओम। ओम नमो नमः श्री गुरु पादुकाभ्यां। हरिः ओम। Devotion to the Shri Guru Padukas, it showers many blessings on the devotees. It blesses the person with the great gift of poetry. It removes all the misfortunes and also all kinds of poverties. Then we saw Duri Kritanambra Vipattatibhyam. In our life, many times we experience a series of difficulties, problems, adversities, and whatnot. It is said those who are devoted to these Guru Padukas, all their adversities also are removed. We saw that these difficulties can be from our surroundings, adi bhautik, phenomenal forces, or from within. Now when it is said they are removed means what? And also we have to understand what is the greatest vipatti. Because our idea of all our difficulties from very worldly standpoints. A beautiful episode comes to my mind when Hanumanji went to Ashok Vatika and he saw Sita Devi's sorrow, the pang of separation she was going through. And when he comes back to Shri Ramchandraji and he says, her vipatti, difficulty is very great. Bhagawan, now we should not wait here anymore. Bhagawan says, the one who is devoted to me, how can that person have any difficulty? At that time, Hanumanji gave a very nice answer. He says, Kaha Hanumanta vipatti prabhu soi जब तब सुमिरन भजन न होई. Bhagavan, the greatest sorrow or calamity that people should understand in their life is that when they don't remember God. Bhagavat Vismriti, forgetting the Lord, forgetting God's grace, His presence. And we have already seen Ishvara Guru, that oneness, and those who have already come to enjoy the blessings of the Guru, they to forget their blessing, presence, that is the biggest vipatti. So when it is said, Duri Krita Anamar Vipattatibhyam, one meaning is they bless you with all strength, courage, wisdom, patience, to face all challenges. That is one. But the biggest is they remind you, why are you forgetting the Lord? Why are you forgetting Guru? And when the mind is turned to that, what vipatti? Kunti ji said, Bhagavan, let there be many vipattis in our life, but at that time we remember you. Right? So, it is not that she wanted vipattis, she wanted remembrance of God all the time. But we are such that generally only in difficulties we remember. Therefore, she said, give me difficulties. What she wanted was only remembrance of God. And the moment you remember God, immediately you have His darshan in your mind, and sometimes directly also, physical form. This is called Duri Krita Namra Vipattatibhyam. So we should know what is Vipatti. For us, the loss of this, loss of that, that only we think. But we don't have, we are forgetting God. We are so much worried about all our bodily diseases and all that. That's all right. But we are suffering from bhava roga, disease of samsara. What about that? We are not worried about that. Which is much bigger problem. Kavitva varashi nishakarabhyam daurbhagyadavam buddhamarikabhyam duri krita nambar vipattadibhyam namo namah Shri Guru Padukabhyam. Now we come to the third beautiful shloka again. Natayayo Shri Patitam Samiyuhu Kadachidapyashu Daridravariyaha Mukascha Vachas Patitam Hitabhyam Namo Namah Shri Guru Padukabhyam Namo Namah Shri Guru Padukabhyam. Heartfelt, repeated, reverential namaskar, pranams to, prostrations to Shri Guru Padukas. Why? What is the greatness of that? See, Natayayo Shri Patitam Samiyuhu. We are prostrating to those Guru Padukas, doing namaskar to which Yayoho, to the two are there, dual number. Nataha, those people who bow down to them, worship them, devoted to them. And he said, Kadachit, even once. Kadachit api. Sakrudapi yena murari samarcha. Someone, even once that person also has done namaskar to Guru Padukas, and that person may be Daridra Varyaha, the poorest of the poor. That Daridra Varyaha also, Ashu, quickly, Shri Patitam Samiyuhu. Samiyuhu means attains. They attain, they reach. They reach what? The status of being Shri Pati. Oh, Shri Pati, Lakshmi Pati, God. Acha. And please, one thing we should bear in mind, when such statements are made, never think that it is exaggeration. You want to think that it is exaggeration, is papa, is sin. Natayayo Shri Patitam Samiyo. Kadachit, even once, even the poorest person had done namaskar, he become richest Shri Patitam Samiyo. This is a literal translation. Now you have to think. One meaning is very simple. Poor man also becomes rich. Yesterday we discussed about our poverties. Economic poverty is there, mental poverty is there, our miserliness, our discontentment even after having a lot. They are poor only. Spiritual poverty. Right? How many kinds of poverty are there? All these poverties are gone and you become rich. You see, you can enumerate a number of these poverties, daridrata. Swamiji puts everything in one word. He said, Moha daridra nikat nahi aava. Daridrata is what? Moha. Moha means ignorance, erroneous notion, delusion, lack of discrimination, lack of right thinking, fascination for the world of pleasure objects, infatuations. All this is only in one word, moha. That is daridra. A person who is slave to his senses, all the pleasures, everything, how much his dependence is there on that? Isn't he poor only? Because there is no self-sufficiency at all. He is not content and happy with himself. All the time needs so many things. Who is a beggar? All the time stretching his hands in for somebody, give me, give me, give me. So this is what we are doing it, because of moha only. And what does the Guru do? What do the saints do? They bless us with vivek. Their job is right thinking. And when that vivek comes, you yourself understand. Then nobody needs to tell you anything. Otherwise, one by one, how you can go on removing all this? A good teacher is one who teaches you how to think. I remember a very beautiful story. There was a jeweler. Wife and his young child, they were there. They went through some difficult period of time, and that jeweler saw that he was not going to survive, he was going to die soon. He gave some diamonds to his wife, and said, you keep this. If any need comes, you can sell that and get money. Also he said, we have our friend jewelers, so you can seek his help. And all that is very good. He passed away. That lady had need of money, so the boy was growing. She called that boy and said, take this to that uncle and see what money he can give. He took, that uncle saw that and said, you keep this with you only at home. But you come as an apprentice. I will teach you what called gemology. All the knowledge of the diamond, this, that. You work here. He worked. Few years passed. And that jeweler friend was giving whatever money required for their monthly expense and all that. After a few years, then that boy now knew. He went home and said, Mother, show me those diamonds. And what he discovered, they were not of high quality. Because see, in diamonds also, there are different degrees, isn't it? Like gold also. 14 carat, 24 carats and all that. So, he said, Amma, this won't fetch much money. Now just think, if that man had given only some money, they would have thought he's cheating. But he said, you keep this. You get this knowledge. Then you yourself will understand. moha daridra nikat nahi aava. When we go to great saints and gurus, they gave us that greatest wisdom. We start looking at our life in a very different light. And what we thought, this was the problem, that was the problem, this was difficulty. What difficulty? It's nothing. Amogha is satsang, even for short time. Infallible. Never goes in vain. This is how that richness comes of knowledge, understanding, thinking. You get totally different vision. Chakshu unmilitam yena. They open your eyes, different, higher reality. Now let us think about this also. Sri Patita means one is richness. But Sri Patita means what? The status of being Sri Pati. He said, who is the Pati means Lord Shriyap Patihi, Dhyam Patihi. He is the Lord of wealth and he is also Lord of Buddhi. That means what? You see, if some person has got wealth, so he can be called a Dhanwan. But if he is slave to that wealth, then will he be called a Lord of wealth? Possessor of wealth, but not the Lord of wealth. See, Sripati is a very interesting word. To have the wealth is one thing, but to remain a master of it. Not to spend, you can renounce. Any time if somebody renounce, then you are the Lord. A Dhyampati, Swami of the Buddhi, right thinking. The Shri in the form of wealth and right knowledge is very important. In Taittiriya Upanishad and all that we find, it is said that you bless us with prajna. Then you say tato me Shri Amavaha, and thereafterwards bless me with wealth. Bhagavan Shankaracharya says, wealth becomes blessing for a man who has got wisdom. Otherwise, artham, anartham, it becomes calamity. I tell you, straight simple meaning is there. You worship, all your poverty will go away. No doubt. But when you go on thinking, what is poverty? What is lordship? Otherwise, even great people in Mahabharata said, Arthasya Purusho Dasa, and they admitted they were the slave of money. And money is not slave of anybody. You should not become only a rich man. You should become the Lord of riches. Natayayo Shri Patitam Samiyo Kadachit Apyashu Daridravarya. And now we have seen what is Daridrata, what is Daurbhagyam, what is Vipattati. Don't go by these worldly kind of things. Lift the mind to higher and higher thinking. Mukascha vachas patitam hitabhyam namo namah Shri Guru Paduka. It is said, Mukaha Vachaspatitam Samiyuhu. The Mukas, mute, dumb. That person becomes Vachaspati. Vidya Vachaspati, such titles are also there. Vachaspati means the Lord of speech. Generally, we translate it, he becomes an eloquent person, a great orator. He said, Mukam karoti vachalam, pangum langayate girim, yat kripat amaham vande, paramananda madhavam. We bow down to that Paramananda Bhagawan, by whose grace a dumb person becomes a great speaker. A lame person scales the great mountains. The simple state meaning is there, Mukascha Vachaspatitam Hetamyam. Now something interesting. See, every child who is born is Muka only or not? Some sound he makes. Right? But that doesn't speak words. Yeah. In due course of time, slowly, Amma, Papa, Mama, Mama, and the parents feel so happy that he is saying Mama, Papa. Then he starts saying Tappa, Kuppa, सब कुछ बोलने देना. Then he starts saying, देखो मुंह का हो रहा है, वो बोलने वाला होगा कि नहीं? I tell you, if the child doesn't speak because of anything, you can't do anything. How it is happening? As the time passes and all that, that's why they yonta pravishya mama vachabimam prasuptam sanjivat. Who is that who enlivens the speech? Every child is mukha only. And in the become vachala, too much prattling, and but it's called Vachaspati. Because lot of speech. So our idea of simple idea is mukha means dumb, who cannot speak. In due course of time, every child starts speaking. Right? That is one kind of thing. But there are many people who are great speakers and orators and this and that. Do you mean that kind of Vachaspatita? Bhagavan Shankaracharya ji has written what called Prashnottar Malika. Many questions answer. There he asks the question, Ko Mukaha? Who is dumb? He says, Yaha Kale Priyani Vachanani Vaktum na Janati. The one on the right occasion is not able to speak sweet words. He is called a Muka. We know that when we know how to speak, what all kinds of speech we go on giving. And we call ourselves, I am an outspoken person. अच्छा, उसको हिंदी कहते हैं मुंह फट. And say anything to anybody. But if somebody else tells him anything, he gets annoyed. And go on promising, go on giving, lecturing, go on doing this. That's not called Vachaspati. Just as I said, the Lord of wealth, to have the wealth, to spend it, to this, to even to renounce it, everything it should be under your control. Speech also. See, just to keep quiet or go on talking, for both of them wisdom is not required. Just to keeping silence or go on talking, wisdom is not required. Wisdom lies in knowing where to speak and when to keep quiet. And even when we know Yes, there is a need to speak. First think, what to speak, how much to speak. What I am speaking must be truthful, must be beneficial, must be spoken in pleasant manner. That's called vachaspatita. As they only talking तो सब करते ही रहते हैं. Everybody goes on talking. Need or no need, right, wrong, कुछ भी, spreading rumors, and all rumors going viral immediately. That's not called vachaspatita. That's why Shri Patitam, Vachaspatitam, to have that wisdom. When it is said, worshipping Shri Guru Paduka, worshipping the Lord, worshipping his Padukas, worshipping the great saints and their Pada Sevanam, all they bless us with this right thinking, right understanding. Then we understand what is Vachaspatita. Avicharya na vaktavyam. Without thinking, you should not speak. Vaktavyam suvicharitam. Speak after well thought. Every time you have to say, I am sorry, I did not mean that. And the most important is, kincha tatraiva vaktavyam yatroktam safalam bhavet. And speak only where your words are honored. If somebody is not going to pay any attention, not going to listen, not going to abide by that, why you are wasting your time then? Vachaspatita is going. And then slowly, higher and higher. Speech should be such, you should be able to console someone who is suffering. It should be able to enlighten those who are seeking knowledge. The word should be such which has kindled devotion for God in the hearts of people. So, mukha mukhamukhrati vachana vachaya alankaroti. That Bhagawan blesses him such that it becomes great ornament of speech. See, the more we think, the treasure will keep coming out. But I say every time, even at the face value, you should take it as real only. Don't say that this is exaggeration and it is not possible. And if you read the history, great saints' life and so many, all the proofs are there. I don't have to go into all that kind of thing. You also can read Natayayo Shri Patitam Samiyu Kadachid Apyashu. Ashu means quickly. Kadachid Apyashu Daridravariya Mukascha Vachas Patitam Hitabhyam Namo Namah Shri Guru Padukabhyam Namo Namah Shri Guru Padukabhyam. Next shloka tomorrow. Shankara Guru Jaya Shankara Guru Shankara Bhagavat Pada Shankara Guru Shankara Guru Jaya Shankara Guru Shankara Bhagavat Pada Shankara Guru Shankara Guru Jaya Shankara Guru शंकर गुरो जय शंकर गुरो शंकर भगवत पाद शंकर गुरो शंकर भगवत पाद शंकर गुरो शंकर गुरो शंकर गुरो शंकर गुरो शंकर गुरो शंकर भगवत पाद शंकर गुरो शंकर भगवत पाद शंकर गुरो शंकर गुरो। श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम। श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।